Good morning everybody, welcome back to the boat and welcome back to the channel. Now then, if you hadn't already guessed, it's a very chilly morning this morning. It's about 2 degrees. It's quite fresh, but I'm down the boat because I want to tell you about a multitude of jobs I've been doing on the boat. I'm keen to get back out on the canal to try and overcome the previous trip's sort of saga with the engine clogging. So I want to get back out and give it another go. But before I did that, I wanted to get through this big list of jobs. So let's get straight into it. So the first job I did was, I've done these jobs over a number of days this week and last week. The weather was a lot better a few days back. It was a lot warmer, so I took that opportunity to add another coat of Fabsil to the canopy, because as you know, it does sort of leak in a little bit. I mean, I can't get away from the condensation. I've come in this morning and there's all condensation on the inside of the canopy, and I've had to wipe that up with a towel. But yeah, I thought I'd apply another coat of Fabsil just to give it that little bit more chance of repelling the water. So that's job number one. Now whilst I was out there, I thought I'd give the boat a wash. So I put the garden spray to use. I used some eco-friendly washing up liquid, and I used that to just spray soapy water onto the boat. Gave it a good scrub, and it came up all right. I got down the gunnels where the rubber trim is, just to get rid of all the grime and the leaves. So basically just gave it a bit of a spruce up. So that was job number two. So job number three, I did say I wanted a doormat from here, but I had this tile and it was a bit wonky, so I basically cut it to size, made it all nice and square, rounded the corners off, and that's given me a nice little doormat now, because this is a heavy traffic area and this might get worn eventually. So I thought, yeah, let's have a little doormat there. So that's job number three. Job number four was, as you've seen previously, I made this footrest, which is brilliant. And what I've done is I've added the braces underneath, and it's all painted up now with marine paint. So that's looking all nice and neat now. And that just fits in there like that. And that's job number four. Moving on to the port side, I wanted to put some sort of ventilation into this seat locker, because initially it was a sealed unit, and I cut a hole in the top to create storage, and I want to put my spare fuel canister in there. And if there is a few little fumes from the fume canister, I don't want it all collecting in that. So now the fumes can just seep out of that air vent into the sort of cockpit area and just out into the ether. But also it's going to create a bit of airflow through the seat to keep it from getting any condensation and getting damp inside. Now that moves on. So that was job number five. Job number six was to just deal with this seat top. Now if it's sat on top of here, it's not making a perfect seal, but it is sat right on top. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to raise it up off this sort of seat top here, and to do that I used my trusty old friend, the doorstop. So I've got four of them on each corner, and they now just sit like that, and you can see there it just raises it enough to let a bit of airflow go in through there and out, or that way. I just think it's going to reduce the condensation. And what I've also done is I've also painted the plywood underneath the seat as well, just to make it a little bit neater. So that's job number six. Now, not to be left out, I've also done the starboard side. This is job number seven. I've painted the underside of there, but you'll notice I haven't put the door stops on. I do have them there ready, but when I was painting it, I just remembered that this seat is a lot different to that one, whereas that one goes right to the back of the stern of the boat. This one doesn't, because it's access to the battery. So I'm gonna have to put a doorstop there and down in that corner, but then I'm gonna have to put the next ones about here. And I wasn't sure whether once that's in situ and on doorstops, if you sit to the back, it's gonna tip. So I might need to come up with some kind of bracket at the back. So that's something I'm gonna have to play with. But yeah, that's all painted up and ready. I've got the doorstops, so I can just do that as and when. Right, so on to job number 8. Now that one was a little bit more involved. You may remember when I went out and the engine got clogged, I wanted to get back and give the engine a good look over to see if I could find if there's any sort of weed clogged in any of the pipe work. So what I basically did is I took the cowl off the back of the outboard engine and I followed the pipes through from the telltale exit point. There's a little short pipe which you'll see in the clips. I took that off, cleared that out with a piece of wire. That was clear. And then there's like this little sort of metal unit with two brass sort of fittings on the end that the pipe's attached to. Don't know what that is, but you can see right through the fitting, and that was clear. Apart from one tiny little bit, there's like a sort of, I don't know, duckweed petal wedged in the one of the nozzles. So I cleaned that out. It was tiny. I can't imagine that's going to cause an issue, but I got rid of that, and then I followed the pipe down. I blew down that pipe to try and clear that, and I was blowing bubbles in the canal, so it was going through the engine. So I know that was clear. Put it all back together, fired it back up, and I don't know if it's just psychological, but it did seem a little bit better. So yeah, that was one of my other jobs I did. Job number 9, which is sort of in relation to what I did on the job number 8 on the outboard, is I wanted to come up with a sort of method of back flushing the outboard if ever I need to when I'm out on the canal but I've no access to a tap. So I sort of modified my garden sprayer to push into the back of the outboard telltale using my little connector piece, and yeah, that seemed to work okay. It's not going to be the best, but it's there as backup, so I was quite pleased with that. It all fitted together nicely. So yeah, that was job number 9. So what seems like several videos ago, I was working on this, which is the cool box, and I needed a means of powering that, so I just take that out of there. I fitted a 12 volt auxiliary socket in there. The cables just run down the back, and they basically go around the back of the footrest, the step here. They go through a little grommet, through the bulkhead, into the cabin, and then that connects to the wire that then runs over the top to the fuse board. And when the engine's running, I can connect my cool box into this socket here, and that'll run the cool box, no issues at all. And then if I moor up and I turn the engine off, I turn the battery off, or I'm sleeping overnight, I can then connect my power station into there, which will then run all the electrics on the boat. I say all the electrics, the lights, and that'll be just running off the power station. I could put a splitter in there, so I can connect the power station and the cool box, and then I can run the cool box off the power station. So yeah, multitude of options there, and that was job number 10. So all in all, quite a list of jobs there that's been completed. I'm really pleased with all those. I hadn't realised I'd done that many. So other than adding the door stops to the starboard side seat, that's a lot of jobs completed in and around the boat, which I'm really pleased about. It now means I can get out onto the canal, and let's just give it another go. So that's going to be in next week's video, so look out for that one. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click on that bell icon so you don't miss out on my next video, which will be on the canal, hopefully. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.